Welcome to another edition of Madman with the Show. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I am your resident madman here. Basically, there's a lot going on out there, but I'm going to get into a little bit of my youth as I get into it. You might say, no, don't turn away. This is pretty good. You've already clicked on. You know what I'm going to be talking about. Growing up, as a child who was born in the late 60s and growing up, seeing technology advance, I changes in televisions. I got a VCR in my day, even though it was a beta. Then I switched to a VHS. I had the camera, the first video cameras out there. I had the Panasonic PK771 at the time, and it was like a regular heavy camera on there, and it had a VHS deck that it connected to, which I had to buy slide out batteries, and that was getting toward when I started production. I was getting into high school at that time, and that's when I met my fellow production people that time that got me into public access television. Then you had the Walkmans, and you had the and I'll tell you this, even before that, I had the 8-track player. I had a portable 8-track player I used to go to the beach with, and I used to record, and I had a recorder one, so I used to record my music on there. And then now, you have the audio cassette, the Walkman, you carry it around with headphones to point. As we got into the CD era, we had the Discman, to that point. And, and so on going into that, to the point where, you're carrying, your phones, your music is on your phones these days. You had your iPods and stuff like that, or some sort of digital device, to handle your music, your tailored stuff to the point, what you like best. Now, mostly you could, not load it in here, but basically just take it right off of a streaming site, for music alone, or, YouTube also as well. But, as most of this technology has faded away, to the point, some of it has reared its head back in. This is what I tell you, buy physical media right now. It is back in a trend. Gen Z has made a change into this technology back in. We were talked about the video stores. Some video stores are returning. We have one here, Night Owl Video, that does VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, and they're selling the machines to be able to use them. We saw the revolution, the revival of the vinyl. Vinyl's back in heavily. It's being manufactured as all. But here's another one that, believe it or not, was a shocker. That eventually you saw. I mean, you saw regular players like this out that was still being manufactured. But looks like Gen Z is bringing back the wired headphone and the Discman. Yes, that's right. The Discman is on its way back. One major company out there, Shangling, is one of the companies that are making the way for this on there. And I'll tell you, celebrities are kicking into it. Like celebrities like Zoe Kravitz that, they basically have been, putting it out there for the Gen Zers, and it's popular. The Discman is making its way back into our lives. The wired headphones to the situation on there. So we're going to read this off of Why Hi-Fi. Yeah, Why Hi-Fi. What a name for a website. Forget the vinyl revival. Sean Ling, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, latest CD player wants to bring the Discman to Gen Z. Sean Ling has announced the EC Player portable CD, looking to take the advantage of the format's blossoming revival with young listeners. With vinyl booming and even wired headphones making a comeback thanks to Zoe Kravitz, Sean Ling has turned its attention to the shiny disc, with the EC Play promising seamless blend of portability, easy-to-use modern design for those trendy youngsters and anyone else besides. At the center of the new CD player, Shanling active magnetic clamp mechanism, which continuously adjust pressure on the CD to improve playback stability while seeking to reduce mechanical vibrations. The EC Play also makes use of custom CD drive systems for more accurate reading. To get the most out of your CD, the new player deploys a Cirrus Logic CS43198 DAC, all this technical terms, alongside dual headphone amplifiers, which aims to let it offer a natural yet fun sound. The amplifier stage, meanwhile, delivers up to 7 milliwatts of power at 32 ohms at a 4.4 millimeter balanced headphone output to accommodate both sensitive ear monitors and more demanding headphones. The EC Play comes with a choice of a 3.5 millimeter single end and a 4.4 millimeter balanced outputs, while a selectable gain settings allow you to match the power needs of your wired headphones. The new CD player includes a 3.5 millimeter coax digital output if you want to connect it to your hi-fi system speakers or a soundbar. That in addition to the standard CD playback, Bluetooth streaming powers offer two-way wireless connectivity, meaning that you can either use the EC Play to beam your music wireless to wireless headphones and speakers, or receive music streaming from your smartphones, tablets. Receivers most supports LDAC, ACC, AAC, and SBC codecs, while the transmitter mode supports SBC. The EC Play can function also as a USB DAC, supporting PCM files up to 384 gigabytes, 32-bit, and a DSD 256 via the USB connection. Portability is natural. Game here with the Shangli new CD spinner, offering 12 hours of continuous play while weighing in at a modest 418 grams, thanks to its slim aluminum design. The EC Play is available in 3 finishes: feather, green, onyx, black, and moonlight silver. The price point on this, if you're looking at US price, it's roughly around $200 for this. I mean, you could probably find something comparable at a low end. If you're looking something for nothing for about without bells and whistles and stuff like that, you can go down as low as $35. I've seen online as of late. So basically these are back. Some have been refined, some of them are still the same way, nothing more change. I mean, also, if you want something not that portable, but you want something for the home, you got disc players out there that look like record players. If you haven't seen these yet, these are really nice looking. If you like to have that kind of niche look in your home, you have a couple of these models out there. But hey, listen, the headsets are back. Wired back again. I even use wired here. I prefer the wire on there than Bluetooth, because connectivity sometimes, especially in production, you don't want it to conk out on you by accident, to the point, at least the headphones you'll have continuous. But it's this is the way it's been happening. Gen Z has been creating this new business line for physical media back in again. Whether it's CD, whether it's VHS, whether it's vinyl, they've kept the business growing. And you see, even with Blu-ray is not dead yet, even though a lot of companies have dropped out. Disney's has turned their physical media divisions over to Sony for distribution, for manufacture and distribution onto that point, which is not surprisingly, because Sony did lead at one point in the manufacturer end. They had high-speed duplications back when I worked in the manufacturer end. To that point, they had the earliest equipment out on there, stuff like Mirror Mother and all that made our jobs a lot faster, putting out the VHS tape or the or the DVD at the time, and then next on when it was Blu-ray. So let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts about this? Is this, another thing that just might die out really quick? Or listen, Second Life back in, that'll be part of our lives for a long time to come. So let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and remember, stay mad, stay cool, buy physical media, and fight against censorship. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.
Check out all of our affiliate partners and subscribe to their channels. Thanks for watching. Check out our merch shop. Help support our affiliate partners. And don't forget to subscribe.
Are you still here? Thank you for your support. See you next time.